Getting a free cruise seems impossible in today's economy unless you know the insider secrets. And I've uncovered 10 legitimate methods that cruise lines don't really advertise, including 5 that require 0 special skills and 3 that you can start using today. So by the end of this video, you'll know how you can sail without emptying your bank account, and it's simpler than you might think. And if this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button for more cruise tips like this that can save you time and money on your next vacation. So today I'm gonna go over something that sounds almost too good to be true, and that's how do you cruise for free. And I'm not talking about those sketchy timeshare presentations, where you end up trapped in a room for 3 hours while somebody is trying to sell you a condo in Florida. I'm talking about the legitimate ways to get on a cruise without emptying your wallet. Now, let me be upfront with you. There's no magical fairy godmother that's gonna wave the wand and give you a free cruise just because you're awesome, even though you are. But the truth is, most of these methods are going to require something, whether it's time, skills, or spending money somewhere else. But that's how the world works, right? So let's jump right in with the most talked about method that you probably have heard about. And that is casino loyalty programs. If you spend any time in cruise groups on Facebook or YouTube, you've definitely seen people bragging about their free casino cruises. And yes, that is absolutely a legitimate way to get your cruise fare for free. But let's talk about what's really happening here. So first of all, you need to be a gambler. And I don't mean somebody who's gonna go put $20 on a slot machine once during a cruise. I mean somebody who seriously spends time in the casino and spends some money. And I'll be honest with you, I am personally not a gambler. The thought of sitting at a slot machine for hours per day sounds about as fun as watching paint dry. So if you are genuinely interested in gambling, it's something you enjoy, you're going to do it anyway, then yes, this is absolutely a great way to get some free cruises. Just know that you will still pay taxes, port fees, gratuities, so it's not completely free. And remember that the casino isn't offering these out of the kindness of their heart. They are calculating how much you've spent with them and determining how profitable it is for them to bring you back. Now here's something that many people don't think about, and I personally have friends who love going to the casino when we're cruising, and they get all these free offers, but here's the thing, they can't cash in most of them, they can't use them because they don't have enough vacation time from work. So what good are 5 free cruises a year if you can only take 2 weeks off? So in my case, I don't want to spend hours a day on a cruise that I want to take to try to earn more cruises that I cannot later take. So hope that makes sense. But what do you think of the casino comps? Let me know. Have you ever gotten a free cruise this way? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your experience. Now, next up is the dream job that everybody thinks is easy, and that is being a social media influencer who gets invited on free cruises. Let me give you a reality check on this one. I've been creating content on cruising for over a year now, working my butt off, planning, writing, filming, editing videos. And guess what? I still pay for every single one of my cruises, and not a single cruise line has ever even tried to approach me with offers, despite how much work I put in. The truth is, building an audience takes years, not really months. So even when you do have an audience, cruise lines are incredibly selective with who they're going to work with. They're looking for specific demographics, engagement rates, and content styles that align with their brand. And let's be real, creating content, it's not a vacation. When I'm on a cruise as a content creator, I'm working. I'm filming everything, taking notes, getting up at sunrise for empty ship shots, and then staying up late at night while everybody else is enjoying the nightlife. Now, with that in mind, I love it. I love what I do. And if that's something that's interesting to you, absolutely go for it. Just be prepared for a lot of hard work and rejection when you do try to reach out to those sponsors. Oh, and one more thing, when you do get that free cruise, you have to disclose it so everybody will know that it was a free cruise. Okay, so now let's switch to some more accessible ways to get free cruises that don't involve gambling or building a new business. So number one would be if you're an active military veteran or first responder, Margaritaville at Sea offers a genuinely free cruise through their Hero Sail Free program. And when I say free, I mean the cruise fare is completely covered for you, though you'll still pay taxes and fees. And I've actually sailed on them 3 times now. It is a budget cruise line, and my first experience was not that great. You might have seen my video here. And I'll be honest, I wanted to give them another chance because I love the brand. It is a really fun brand. So last month, I sailed on both of their ships, Islander and Paradise, and they definitely have improved. So I will be publishing a new detailed video for each of those cruises. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss those when they come out. So this specific program covers police, firefighters, EMS, nurses, teachers, and military personnel. So you can even bring a second guest in your cabin for a reduced rate. And other cruise lines like Norwegian and Royal Caribbean, they do say that they have military discounts, but they're not completely free cruises. And oftentimes what I've seen is when we put them in, they're not as good as the special promotion they're running at that time. So you might be able to get it at cheaper rate if you have a military discount, but a lot of times it's not. By the way, if you used any military or first responder discounts, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know which cruise lines are treating our heroes the best. So the next method is one of my favorite because it can work for pretty much anybody as long as you have decent credit. And there are 3 main approaches here. So first, cruise line credit cards are going to be something that you will see advertised on every cruise. And most major cruise lines, they'll have their own credit card that earns points that you can redeem for onboard credit or even cruise fares. Now, many of them will give you the sign-up bonuses for signing up and spending a certain amount over the next few months. The truth is that most of their bonuses are not as good as a standalone credit card that you can get, and it does tie you to that specific cruise line. Now, the general travel rewards cards often give you a lot better value. I mainly stick to the Chase credit cards because they seem to be the easiest and most flexible as far as redeeming points for any travel purchases, and that includes cruises, and usually at a better rate than the cruise-specific cards. And so you just use them for everyday purchases and it adds up. And of course, the third is you can strategically apply for new cards to earn the sign-up bonuses. And some people earn multiple free cruises a year just from churning credit cards. It's a whole different topic. I'm not going to go into detail here. Just make sure if you're doing this, pay off your balance in full every month. The interest can really outweigh any benefits. Personally, I think about 3 of our cruises have been from credit card points that we just got in normal course of spending. Before we move on, let me know, have you used credit card points to pay for a cruise? Do you have any juicy tricks and secrets on how to maximize that value? Leave me a comment below. I'd love to see it. Now, the next method for getting a free cruise, if you're the person that everybody looks to help plan family reunions or friends getaways, this method might be the perfect one for you. And that is cruise lines offer what's called a tour conductor credit when you book enough cabins. Typically, it's anywhere from 8 to 16 cabins you book, and it's going to depend on a cruise line. You get 1 cabin for free. So if you can convince your extended family to cruise together or organize a group from your church, school, social club, you can be sailing for free as the organizer. And the best part is you don't need to be a travel agent to do that. You can work with a travel agent, and I would recommend it for a group to handle all the details, but you can still get the cabin for free as a group leader. Plus, groups often get additional perks like onboard credit, cocktail parties, and special group activities. So it is a win-win because everybody gets a great vacation and you get yours for free for doing all the organizing. If you ever thought about a career change or an additional side gig, the travel industry might be something you might want to look into. And travel agents can get invited to FAM trips, which stands for familiarization trips. And the goal is to experience ships and destinations firsthand so you can better help sell them to clients. However, here's the big disclaimer. You can't just sign up with a travel agency and expect to just start traveling the world for free, because most of those opportunities are available based on your sales. And most of these free trip providers want to see a CLIA or an IATAN card. Basically, they're organizations that normally require $5,000 in yearly commissions before they give you the card. So again, don't think you're just going to sign up and then suddenly the world is going to be opened up with free cruises and trips. As a travel agent, you do get access to some special discounted rates, and those are really good. Some cruise lines also offer free cruise for going through their training. For example, Princess Cruises, they give you a free cruise for completing their full certification course. But again, it's going to take your time and effort to go through the training before you can cash in that cruise. The next method is an interesting one, and I've heard of this 20 years ago when I used to do public speaking for business. And if you have experience in something that appeals to many people, and you think about things like history, art, photography, wellness, cruise lines are often looking for enrichment speakers to entertain and educate passengers during sea days. However, the opportunities are really rather limited to a few specific areas of expertise. If you get that gig, as a speaker, you typically give 3 to 4 presentations during a cruise, and then the rest of the time is yours to enjoy. And you will get a free cabin, sometimes with a guest, and again, you will usually pay the taxes, fees, and gratuities. There are a few agencies like Six Star Entertainment and Compass Speakers who connect cruise lines with potential speakers, and I'll put those links in the description of the video. The good thing is you don't need to be a professor or have fancy credentials. You just need to be knowledgeable and really good and engaging on presenting your topic. Another opportunity is similar to being a speaker, but with a destination focus. If you have good knowledge about a specific port or region, cruise lines might bring you on as a destination expert. And by the way, if you don't have knowledge, there's YouTube. You can learn anything about any destination you want. So if this is something you want to do, definitely don't let the knowledge part stop you. Just last week, I met a woman who is an Alaskan expert. She was heading off for a month-long gig where she's going to give lectures on board of the ship and then lead shore excursions when the ship docks. And I think it was Princess that she's working with. And she gets paid for the excursions and she gets to cruise completely free. So destination experts are most valuable in places like Alaska, the Mediterranean, and Asia, where passengers really want that deeper cultural and historical context versus just a beach vacation. And the key here is to build your knowledge and then build your credentials, maybe through a blog, local tours, publications that really showcase your experience. If you already have been cruising for a while, this one is for you. Several cruise lines do reward their most loyal customers with free cruises once they reach usually the highest tier of the loyalty program. Royal Caribbean Crown and Anchor Society gives a free 7-day cruise in a balcony cabin to their top tier members. Norwegian's Latitudes Rewards program offers a similar perk. Celebrity Cruises gives a free 7-night Bermuda or Caribbean cruise to their highest tier program. But I won't sugarcoat it because reaching those tiers takes many cruises. We're talking about 700 plus nights on Royal Caribbean to reach the pinnacle level. But if you are cruising regularly already, well, it's something that you can definitely look forward to. Now with the next method, you can always try your luck because cruise lines, travel agencies, and cruise websites, they regularly run sweepstakes giving away free cruises. So you want to follow official cruise line accounts on social media, sign up for their newsletters, keep an eye on their contests. I've seen anything from a photo contest to share and win promotions where you don't have to do anything, just tag somebody in the comment. And hey, somebody is going to win this, right? So it could be you. On board ships, you can win free cruises through casino drawings, bingo games, or even game shows like Deal or No Deal. The odds are not great, but again, somebody's gonna win, so why not you? Just be careful to enter only legitimate contests from reputable companies. If it sounds too good to be true, or if they ask for payment to claim your prize, it's probably a scam. And if you cannot get a free cruise, then check out my video next where I talk about how to save money on booking your cruise, or the other video that goes over how to save money when you're already on board. Thank you for watching.